Dawson has it inside the box and cross. Oh, Conlon! He's made up for it with the most beautiful of flicks. Right-sided foot. The net was bulging. What a way after just missing one to make up for it. And the third goal in 3 games. He only needs one more this season and he'll be Mansfield's second top scorer. Conlon, amazing! Simon Brown, who now goes towards the penalty area, lobbed in, Gritton's up there, Gritton's headed it down, and it's gone into the net! Marcy Gritton has scored! But the goalkeeper made a complete hames of it, the ball was flouted in, Simon Brown did his bit, Martin Gritton makes it number 2, it's 2-1!
You win a game 2-1, your reaction?
I'm absolutely delighted, Tony. I thought the only sad bit for me was the constant chance of Haslam out, which I think rather distracted people. I mean, the team played absolutely magnificently. They fully deserved the victory. They were the better team throughout, and it would have been an injustice right at the end when Walsall had a chance there. Our guy cleared it off the line, but absolutely delighted. There's not a lot wrong with this football club. There's not a lot wrong with the team, and we've just got to get the off the field activity sorted out.
Yeah, but forgive me, you said I could call you James, and I will call you James. You must measure that there is an enormous depth of feeling against Keith Haslam.
Yeah, that's what disappointed me. As I say, that I think if supporters have got a gripe, I understand that. I think that through the course of the game, if they want to protest peacefully before or after the game, fine. But during the game, I thought that was totally unnecessary, and I'd hope that I would speak to some of the supporter representatives and stop that from happening in the future, because that is not fair on the players. Those players were giving 100% today. I thought the commitment was fantastic. I thought the skill level was excellent. I thought the 2 new players, the 2 new strikers were magnificent. Both scored goals. Not a lot wrong with this football club. You know, we can go right up there. If Walsall are top of the table, we aren't far behind.
Forgive me, James, but my job is to ask you the harder questions. Yep. The photographer being ejected from the ground, the man presumably doing his job, not able to do his job anymore. What is all that about?
I didn't see that incident. I mean, I'm not just saying that. We'll discuss that. I know he was ejected from the ground. I understand that he made gestures towards Keith Haslam, which is unfortunate. I don't quite know the reasoning why he was ejected from the ground. I'll look into that.
But do you know who made the instruction for him to leave the ground?
I don't.
Did that come from the boardroom?
I need to look at that.
Did it come from you?
Didn't come from me. I don't quite know what happened there. I need to look into that. As I say, I'll report back on that. I'll find out what happened and we'll look into it.
Let's come back again then to the nicer things. But I don't know if you've had a chance yet to talk, but there's 2 Mansfield Town players who look like they might be out for a little while now. You may not be fully aware that Giles Coke, another key player to Mansfield Town, is injured. Do you think that there is a likelihood that the transfer market will be entered quickly to try and fill those gaps?
I need to speak to Keith next week about that. I mean, obviously we need to discuss that. I'm not going to make a decision here and now whether we strengthen. Plainly, we've got a small squad and we've lost 1 or 2 players. So you know, I think potentially we may need to go into the transfer market. I'll talk to Keith about that next week. But on the evidence of this, I mean, we've got 2 games in hand on most of the teams above us. If we can win those 2 games, we'll be nearer the playoffs than the relegation. And that was the thing that delighted me today, was the way that the team responded. And I look forward to the future.
James, thanks for joining us,
okay,
and well done on your first day as chairman of Mansfield Town.
Cheers.
It finished 2-1.
Our thanks there to Tony Delahunty, and we'll be hearing more from James very shortly here on Mansfield 103.2. So then, a very good day for the Stags. They win by 2-1. Nottingham Forest game gets called off, but they get leapfrogged by Bristol City, who won 2-0 away at Oldham. And we'll have very shortly all the other scores coming through as well. In non-league, we can tell you that Shirebrook Town finished 3-0 victors ahead of Long Eaton. The game between Noswell and South Normanton was postponed. Winston beating Teversall by 3-1. Teversall were a goal ahead in that game. And also Rainworth won Greenwood Meadow at 0 to score in that game. Sadly, Mansfield lost in the Rugby Union. Mansfield 0, Matlock 11 was the full-time score we've got here. And tip-off in the men's basketball not far away. That tips off at 6 o'clock this evening.
They give it their all today. They've shown that they care about Mansfield Town Football Club, and it was it's a great performance against a team that's not just top but 6 points clear at the top.
Walsall, obviously a good side. They've only lost once previously at home. How did Mansfield pull a performance like this after the performances at Accrington that I know both the management team were well dissatisfied with?
Yeah, we're capable of doing performances like that on a regular basis. The thing that's let us down this season so far is consistency.